Welcome to another video on our channel. Today we will discuss a power that many overlook: silence. Contrary to what many might think, silence is not a sign of weakness, but a strong expression of power and self-control. Actions speak louder than words, as the saying goes, but it is in silence that true strategies and wisdom are built. Before we proceed, please subscribe to the channel, activate the notifications, and share this video. Are you ready to discover how silence can transform your lives in various aspects? Let's unravel these secrets. 1. The art of observation. The first and perhaps deepest power of silence is to enhance our ability to observe. In a world that values speed and immediate response, silence invites us to pause and truly see what's happening around us. This careful observation skill is more than just noticing physical details. It's a deep dive into understanding the subtle dynamics that shape human interactions and natural processes. When we choose silence, our other senses are amplified. Our vision not only sees but interprets. Our ears not only hear but understand. Silence is like a giant telescope launched into the vast universe of details that usually escape us. For example, in a social setting, while many are talking, a person observing in silence can capture the non-verbal nuances of those around. A glance, a gesture, a pause in the conversation which reveal much more than the spoken words. This type of observation is highly valued in various practices and disciplines. Visual artists, musicians, writers, and business leaders turn to silence as a source of inspiration and insight. Painters and photographers, for instance, observe the world through perception lenses that capture not just images, but stories, emotions, and significant moments. Silence allows them to dive deeper into their observations, transforming the simple act of seeing into a more profound and empathetic understanding of their subject. Furthermore, silence enables us to better understand our own internal reactions to events around us. By being silent, we can reflect on why certain things provoke us, what we value, and how we can respond in ways that are aligned with our deepest values. This self-awareness is crucial for personal and professional development, as it guides us in how to act with integrity and authenticity. The Stoics, whose philosophical practices emphasize the importance of self-control and emotional independence, saw silence as an essential tool. For them, observing in silence was not passivity, but an intense activity of engaging with the world. Through silent observation, they sought to understand the laws of human nature and the universe, to live a life that was in harmony with these laws. In the modern context, this practice can be transformative. In professional environments, for example, being a good observer can mean the difference between a successful negotiation and a failure. Observing in silence allows a negotiator to understand the true concerns behind the other side's words, facilitating a more targeted and effective approach that can lead to better outcomes for both parties. In personal life, developing the art of observation through silence can enrich our relationships. It allows us to see beyond the words of our friends and family, understanding their true feelings and needs. With this understanding, we can provide more significant support, build trust, and deepen connections. 2. Emotional control. Mastering silence is essentially mastering our emotions. In moments of high tension or confrontation, choosing to remain silent can be a powerful tool for self-control. Silence provides us a pause, a moment of reflection that is vital for processing intense feelings before expressing them. This strategic pause allows us to choose our words more carefully, avoiding impulsive reactions that often lead to regrets. Think of silence as an emotional shield. It protects us and others from words spoken in the heat of the moment. This shield gives us time not only to reflect on what has been said, but also to assess the best way to respond. In this way, we can transform a potential escalation of conflicts into a productive conversation that seeks solutions and mutual understanding. The practice of silence also teaches patience. In a debate, for example, instead of interrupting or responding immediately, silence allows us to truly listen to the other. By doing so, we show respect for the other's viewpoint, and often, this posture promotes a more open and less defensive response from the other party. This type of interaction not only facilitates conflict resolution, but also strengthens relationships, as it creates an environment where everyone feels that their voices are heard and valued. In addition to improving communication with others, silence is an ally in developing introspection. By allowing us moments of quietude, silence helps us dive into our interior, recognizing and understanding our own emotions. This self-awareness is crucial. It allows us to identify emotional triggers and reaction patterns that, if not understood, can harm our interactions and our emotional well-being. Emotional control gained through silence is not a skill that benefits only our personal interactions. In the workplace, for example, the ability to keep calm under pressure is seen as a key leadership competency. Leaders capable of using silence to control their emotions are often perceived as more reliable and competent. They are able to guide their teams through crises with a firm hand and a cool head, inspiring confidence and respect. Cultivating silence as a practice for emotional control can also lead to better mental health. Studies show that pauses and periods of silence can reduce stress, anxiety, and even depression. This quietness allows us to recharge, giving space for our minds to process and digest the experiences lived, promoting a sense of peace and inner balance. 3. Energy conservation. Silence, often underestimated, is a powerful tool for conserving our vital energy. In an era marked by constant demand for our attention and incessant pressure to respond to stimuli, silence offers a refuge, a space to recharge our batteries and preserve our energy for what truly matters. Each moment of silence is an opportunity to step away from external chaos and reorient our internal energies, avoiding the mental and physical wear and tear that can result from overexposure to noise and activity. In a practical context, thinking of silence as an energy conservation strategy allows us to better manage our energy reserves throughout the day. By deliberately choosing not to participate in trivial discussions or deciding to step away from unnecessary social interactions, we are, in fact, opting not to dissipate our energy in activities that do not bring significant benefits. This act of preservation allows us to concentrate our resources on tasks and interactions that are truly enriching and aligned with our life goals. The practice of silence is also evident in how we manage our daily responsibilities. By integrating periods of quietude into our routine, whether through meditation, peaceful reading, or simply a few moments of reflection, we are creating a space for our body and mind to recover from the constant bombardment of information and demands. This recovery not only increases our efficiency in subsequent activities, but also improves our overall disposition, reducing stress levels, and increasing our capacity to face challenges with a renewed spirit. The benefits of silence in energy conservation extend even to the workplace. In a corporate world where being always busy is often valued, silence can be a revolutionary act. Instead of jumping from one task to another or from one meeting to another without pauses, incorporating brief periods of silence between commitments can help maintain focus and energy. This small interval allows the brain to assimilate information, organize thoughts, and prepare more effectively for the challenges ahead. Additionally, silence is an essential tool for emotional well-being, a crucial component of our overall energy. It offers us a moment to connect with our deepest feelings and thoughts, allowing for introspection that is often neglected in our busy lives. This internal connection is vital for maintaining our emotional health and, by extension, our physical energy. as poorly managed emotions can be major consumers of our internal resources. 4. Improvement in decision-making. Silence is a fundamental ally in the decision-making process. In a world where we are bombarded with information and pressured to respond quickly, the practice of silence offers us a refuge to think clearly and deeply. By stepping away from external noise and taking time to reflect in silence, we can analyze all available options with greater discernment and less influence from others' opinions. This pause is crucial, as it allows the mind to organize thoughts, weigh the pros and cons, and consider the possible consequences of each choice. In a work environment, for example, hasty decisions can lead to costly mistakes and problematic situations. On the other hand, a leader who cultivates the habit of reflecting in silence before making a decision is able to guide their team with more wisdom and foresight, anticipating challenges and maximizing opportunities. Silence also allows us to listen to our intuition, that inner voice that is often muffled by the noise of everyday life. In complex decisions, where data and logical analyses do not provide all the answers, intuition can be a valuable guide. Cultivating moments of quietude helps strengthen this inner sense, providing insights that reason alone may not be able to provide. Additionally, silence can reduce the impact of stress and pressure on the decision-making process. Under stress, our ability to think clearly is compromised, and silence can be an effective antidote. By allowing ourselves moments of calm, we decrease anxiety and create a mental state that favors more balanced and well-founded choices. 5. Establishment of authority. On the stage of life, those who master silence often command respect and admiration from others. In an era of constant opinions and heated debates, silence can be a marker of authority and trust. In social and professional interactions, those who speak less but with relevant content are generally perceived as more thoughtful and respectable. Silence is not just an absence of words, it is a communication strategy that, when well employed, elevates the status of a leader, highlighting them as a person of great discernment and trust. 6. Avoiding unnecessary conflicts. Silence allows us to avoid unnecessary conflicts. Choosing not to respond to provocations or deciding not to engage in fruitless debates spares us many emotional wear and tear and interpersonal conflicts. This conscious choice is not an escape, but a way to maintain peace and harmony. By practicing silence, we give space for the situation to calm down and for more rational and less emotional solutions to emerge. Thus, silence acts as a defensive strategy, protecting us and preserving our relationships. 7. Gaining respect and admiration. Silence, often interpreted as a form of passivity, can actually be a powerful tool for gaining respect and admiration in various contexts of life. When used strategically, silence not only strengthens our presence, but also enhances the perception others have of our competence and reliability. In professional environments, for example, speaking less and listening more is a skill that denotes maturity and wisdom. People who choose carefully when to speak tend to be more respected, as their words carry greater weight. Each intervention becomes significant, and their opinions are seen as well thought out and substantiated. This is especially valuable in meetings or discussions where the temptation to fill the silence with words often leads to superficial communications and less effective. In addition to improving communication, silence also helps us build and maintain dignity in challenging situations. By responding with silence to provocations or unjust criticisms, we demonstrate self-control and resilience, qualities that naturally attract respect and admiration. This posture can disarm adversaries and reduce tension in confrontations, showing that we are above impulsive and emotional reactions. The respect gained through silence also extends to personal relationships. When we listen attentively without interrupting, we show consideration and respect for the feelings and thoughts of others. This not only improves the quality of our relationships, but also elevates the esteem others have for us. Being a person who truly listens is a rarity in an era of constant interruptions and distractions, and this characteristic distinguishes us as someone worthy of trust and admiration. Together, we have explored the various benefits of silence and how it can be a powerful tool in various areas of life. I invite you to experience silence, not just as a pause, but as a deliberate strategy for a fuller and more balanced life. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it. Your participation is essential for us to continue bringing valuable content. Until the next video, continue cultivating silence, strengthening your lives, and leading with wisdom and purpose. Thank you for watching and for being part of this community. Continue being the protagonists of your own stories, navigating with confidence and purpose through the waves of life.